Fujifilm X-H2S versus Sony FX3. And the real question is whether the pricier Sony actually earns that extra money for the way you shoot. Both promise clean footage, solid autofocus, and reliability on long takes. But paying more only makes sense if it shows up on real jobs. And going cheaper isn't smart if the body can't keep up. By the end, you'll know which one fits you. Let's break it down. Autofocus is where a lot of this decision lives. Because if you're shooting a wedding solo or running around at an event, a camera that keeps the shot in focus is the difference between usable footage and a day of regret. The Sony FX3 is the one I'd trust more here. Its real-time eye tracking just sticks, and people who shoot events and run and gun with it keep saying the same thing, that it holds subjects in low light without hunting. The Fujifilm X-H2S is genuinely fast, and for Fuji, it's the best autofocus they've made. But here's the honest bit. When you push it to its wildest burst speeds, the tracking doesn't always keep up with the headline numbers, and that's the kind of thing that bites you on fast, unpredictable subjects. For steady creator work, both are fine. For chaotic action, the Sony feels a step ahead. That confidence matters even more when the lights go down. This is where full frame flexes. The FX3 has a 12-megapixel sensor built for sensitivity, with dual native ISO, and the reason owners rave about it is simple. You can shoot in a dim venue and still pull clean, gradable footage out of it. You can push to ISO 12,800 and beyond and keep detail that most cameras would drown in noise. The X-H2S is APS-C, so it's smaller sensor, and while it holds up nicely through the mid-high ISO range, it doesn't have that same cushion when the room goes truly dark. On dynamic range, both give you room to grade, but the Sony holds highlights and shadows with more margin in the hard, high-contrast stuff. If night shoots and dark receptions are your bread and butter, the FX3 is the safer body, straight up. Now, low light is one thing, but long takes are another. And this is where the Sony really made itself for video. The FX3 has an actual cooling fan inside, which sounds like a small detail until you're recording a ceremony or an interview, and it just keeps going. No record limit, no sweating over a shutdown. Multi-year owners back that up, running it through long sessions without drama. The X-H2S handles standard 4K recording well, and people report long clips without overheating in normal frame rates, but push it into its most demanding modes, the high frame rates and 6K, and heat becomes something you have to plan around. For sustained, set it and forget it recording, the FX3 is built for it in a way the Fuji isn't. Here's where the Fujifilm answers back, though, because it's the more flexible body day-to-day. The X-H2S has a proper 26-megapixel sensor and a high-resolution viewfinder, so it actually works as a stills camera, not just a video tool. You get Fuji's film simulations, up to 40 frames per second bursts, and it doubles as a real hybrid for photo and video jobs. The FX3, on the other hand, drops the viewfinder entirely and gives you 12 megapixels, which is plenty for video, but limiting the moment you want to crop a photo or shoot a proper stills gig. Both are compact and travel well, but the Sony leans hard into video only with its cage-free body and top handle. If one body has to shoot the wedding and the portraits after, the X-H2S is clearly the more versatile pick. On lenses, quick, but it matters. Sony's E-mount is one of the biggest full-frame ecosystems out there, first and third party, so you're never short on glass, while Fuji's X-mount is solid, and generally lighter and cheaper to build out for APS-C. Neither leaves you stranded. Which brings us to what each one costs you and where that money goes. The FX3 is the more expensive body by a real margin, and that premium buys the full-frame low-light sensor, the cooling fan, and unlimited recording, the Pro Audio with the XLR handle, and Sony's Cinema Line color. It's a specialist, and one owner put it plainly. This exceeded what I expected. I love the built-in cooling. The recording lights, the stabilization, and the low-light performance is exceptional. It's easy to learn, and it's completely worth it if you're upgrading your setup. The X-H2S costs quite a bit less and gives you a faster hybrid that shoots serious stills and video both. One thing to factor in on either if you want the top recording modes, budget for fast CFX press cards, because the body isn't the whole story. Here's the call. For most of you weighing these two, the Sony FX3 is the one I'd put my money on, because when the lights drop, the takes run long, and the action gets messy. It simply doesn't flinch. That earns the extra you spend. That said, spend more only if you truly live in the dark and the marathon record sessions. If your work is one body pulling double duty, ceremony footage and the portrait session right after, the Fujifilm X-H2S is the smarter buy, and it costs you less. And if you shoot stills as seriously as video, the Fuji wins that too without much argument. And you, which one would you pick? Let me know in the comments. I'll drop both in the description.